Today is May 29th, 2023, and I'm re-recording this video because I forgot to turn my microphone on, so there was no sound in the previous version, which is kind of ironic because I'm going to talk about communication in this video, and so not having audio would be an easy way to not communicate any of the ideas I want to talk about. And it's also Memorial Day today, so this country, the United States, has its flaws, but I am super grateful to have been born here, to live here, to enjoy the freedom and the prosperity and the opportunities that I have. And I just want to acknowledge the people who have sacrificed their lives to win that freedom, to attain the kind of country that we have to live in. And I hope it doesn't go downhill, but for now I'm really grateful to live here. And so it's just good to reflect on that and remember those who have given a lot to give us that freedom. But today I went flying this morning, and it was a little overwhelming today because there was a lot of traffic. So traffic just meaning other airplanes around the airport that I was flying out of. And for me, I'm still learning how all of this works. I'm still learning what to do with the plane, learning how to communicate, all of that stuff. And so with a bunch of extra planes, it makes it a lot more difficult. So imagine driving on a country road out in Montana or Nebraska or something like that, where it's just wide open road. And then compare that with driving in a big city like Los Angeles or New York or something like that. The number of things you're going to have to pay attention to, the rules you'll have to understand, the other cars you have to deal with, all of that just adds a ton of complexity. And it's very similar with air traffic, except now you also have a third dimension of altitude. So it's pretty tricky. And the way that pilots navigate all of this traffic is through good communication. So being able to articulate what you want to say in the simplest, clearest, and quickest way possible. So you want to use the least number of words. You want to make sure people understand the words that you are saying, and you want to deliver them quickly. And this allows you to know what other planes are doing. It allows them to know what you're doing in your plane. It allows the air traffic controllers to understand what's going on and communicate what they want to communicate. So it's super important to get that stuff down, and I'm a long ways off. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's pretty difficult, especially when there's a lot going on like there was today. It's like radio call after radio call, and it just kind of, for me, was overwhelming. But I'm gonna practice it and hopefully get better. And then there's also communication with my instructor at the same time. So she has to be able to let me know what I need to do. I need to understand whatever she's wanting me to do. I need to be able to articulate my questions or what I'm struggling with. And so again, communication, super important. And it's applicable to high intensity activities like flying, but it's also applicable to so many other areas of life too. When I played hockey, for example, so sports, if I could communicate with my teammates really well, it made a big difference, and we would play a lot better and be able to avoid the other players and keep control of the puck and, you know, get it up the ice quickly and things like that, simply because our communication was better. And if we weren't communicating, oftentimes we would make mistakes, or the other team would intercept the puck and get scoring opportunities. So again, communication, super important. Relationships. You know, if you're not on the same page with someone and you can't help them understand the thoughts in your mind or what you're thinking, or there's misunderstandings, it's going to result in conflict, and it's going to oftentimes lead to resentment or anger or frustration and all of those things. So communication, super important. So I just thought that was a good example from something I experienced today, and figured I would stress the importance of thinking about communication and whatever you're doing. I don't have a lot of things to say on how to communicate well. This video is just mostly pointing out that it's super important, so it's worth thinking about and worth practicing. You can get better at it. That's what I'm doing with my flying lessons. I'm literally practicing my radio calls so I can do them better and communicate well and effectively. So that's all I've got for today. Peace.